Hello folks, I'm Jay Watson. Let's learn a little bit about HTML today. We're actually going to create a basic web page. First, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is the language of the web. It is a markup language, not a programming language. Markup language is a set of markup tags or keywords. These keywords or tags typically come in pairs and they're surrounded by angle brackets. And the best way for you to understand this is just see how it works. HTML is the markup language. It is the code that controls the document structure. It's not what we do to control the document look and feel anymore. We actually use CSS, cascading style sheets for that. So I want to show you how to do that. First thing I want to point out is that I'm on a Mac, which is weird for me because I'm a PC. But if you're on a PC, one of the best things you can do if you're wanting to learn HTML is go ahead and download Notepad++, Google it, download it. It's free, it's great, it's awesome. It will really help you in your coding. If you don't want to take the time to do that right now, you can actually use Notepad, but again, I highly recommend that you download Notepad++. If you're on Mac, you can use Text Wrangler. You can also download Sublime Text, which you can download on a PC as well. And I'm going to actually use Sublime Text. I've just downloaded the trial version of this, and I'm going to show you how to create a basic HTML page. So let's open up Sublime Text, and this is just a plain text editor, or this is actually a coding text editor, but it writes plain text. Okay, as you can see, this is a trial version, or it's letting me know that there's a new version, but I just downloaded this trial version. Notepad would work. Again, Notepad++, I recommend that, but any kind of plain text editor will work. Of course, editors such as Notepad++ and Sublime Text, they help you code, and you'll see how that works. They'll highlight your syntax and your keywords and all that good stuff. But the first thing I want us to do is actually go up to the File menu once we've opened it up, whatever text editor that you're using. Please note you cannot use a rich text editor or a word processor because although it looks like only the characters you're typing are the ones that are in the document, there actually is a lot of formatting going on behind the scenes, which is why you can't do that. We need plain text. So let's go ahead and go up to the File menu, File, and Save As, and I'm just going to save a document on the desktop. And let's name it firstpage.html. Now the first tag, now let's get within our document here, and the first tag we're going to type is what's referred to as our doc type declaration. And you can see I've typed that. You can pause the video if you need to, but what this does is this tells the browser what version of HTML we are using. It defines the document type. We will then type our opening HTML tag and our closing HTML tag. The text between these tags, that is what describes the web page. We will then type, and I'm going to leave out, I'm just going to keep it simple, the body tags, opening body tag, closing body tag. The text between the body tags, that is what you see. That is the visible content. Okay. Now we're going to learn two basic tags. Okay. First is our heading tag, and I'm going to use H1, opening angle bracket, or greater than H1, and less than, and sometimes those are also referred to as wickets. And we have it opened. Now we need to type something. My web page heading, and we'll close that, and I'm going to type a paragraph. This is a beautifully written paragraph, and there we go. I think this, the H is capped. Okay, the P tag, the text within that will be defined as a paragraph, and of course the text between the H1 tags will be a heading. Note that H1 actually goes up to H6. You have H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. But the only ones you'll really ever see used are H1, H2, and H3, and primarily H1, sometimes H2, and not as often H3. Hardly ever will you see the others used. But I'm going to save this now. File, save, and I usually always use the shortcut keys. Now let's click on firstpage.html and see what happens. Bam! We have a web page, a very simple web page, but we have a web page. I will show you more later, but I will close out. Feel free to ask questions.